Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Jayco Jayfeather X213 travel trailer. I'm here to show you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things I want you to take into consideration. On your campsite, how far your awning is going to go out. On your off campsite, really just want you to pay attention to where your water and electrical hookups are. Yours are going to be on the off camp side to the rear behind your tires. Water there, electrical there, and then your slide in the back. Take into consideration for that to have room to go in and out, preferably nothing hanging directly right over top of it, so you don't have to sweep it off or clean anything off before you leave the campsite. Park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities. After you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you're going to do is level your unit. You have a power tongue jack on this with a night docking light, and simply raise or lower the front of the unit. Now I do recommend getting a level, maybe on your off camp side, stick it to the side of your unit in the middle, have someone watch that way you can tell when the unit's level. Now should you lose power for any reason, you do have a little stopper here with a manual override jack right there for this power tongue jack. Speaking of power, check your terminals now and then. Make sure that them posts haven't wiggled loose. Once you have your unit level, next thing you're going to do is stabilize the unit. On all four corners you have stabilizing jacks. Remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. You have a 3/4 inch socket on the end of a driver. Simply crank to the right and they run down quickly. Now you can get a impact driver, drill gun, needs to run down even quicker, but be careful when you get to the bottom. Remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. All you want to do is just bring these down taut. Now I do recommend stabilizing jack pads. They can protect your stabilizing feet from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer, better distribute the weight. Get 4 of them, put them down underneath your leveling jacks, your stabilizing jacks, and run everything down taut, just until your unit's nice and stable. Once you have your unit level, once you have it stabilized, we're going to go ahead and hook up our power and water. Again, on the off camp side at the rear of your unit, with your 30 amp power cord. Pretty long one there, as you see. Now should you need to plug into 110, you do have a 30 to 110 adapter. You can tell when this is on by the light right here. Tell it's connected good. The way they connect is they push in and then twist to the right and then put your washer on. That's your power. After that, let's hook your water up. City Water Connect. First and foremost, water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. You always want to use these because you don't know what the water pressure is set at the park. Open your city water connection, put on your water pressure regulator, hook up your hose. But don't turn your hose on yet. Next thing you're going to do is come around to your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point is just make sure your drain plug's back in. You may have left it out from last time you were camping. Take your rod and plug, return it back in, tighten that in there, then you can go ahead and turn on your hose. Now once your hose has been out for a little while, you're going to come here to this pressure release valve. You're going to pull up on it, and it's going to release the air out of the lines until you get a nice steady flow of water coming out of here. Once you do, you know your hot water heater is full and you can light it from indoors. Now you do have an electric element here. You only want to turn this on when hooked up to 110. And up here is your reset. If one of these pop out, your hot water is not working, push it back in. It's just a reset for the hot water heater. Now should you be camping and you're dry docking, you want to hook up water that way. On the campsite of your unit is your potable water tank. Simply fill that up. Again, come over here and burp your lines out. Make sure everything's full, then you can light that from indoors again. However, when using potable water is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump inside. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. It's already pressurized. You don't need it. If you've got our water hooked up or electricity hooked up, we'll walk you around the unit and show you a few other things. Again, your hot water heater, your rear stabilizing jacks. There's a lip for a grill with a quick connect LP right there. Your potable water. Your outdoor speakers and awning. When you run that awning out, you only want to run it out until your flap falls down to 90 degrees, then you know you went out far enough. That is a hood for the back of your microwave. It's also prepped out here for a television. A couple of 110s and a cable hookup, in case you don't want to miss the game while you're out here on the grill. Then you do have a little accent lighting for your stairs. A little easier to find in the dark. You have your pass-through storage. Excuse me, this one isn't pass-through. But your storage in here with a tire pressure gauge, lighting, battery disconnect. This battery disconnect will come in important later when I talk to you about your carbon monoxide detector. What this does is shuts off battery power to the whole unit. And this is your docking lights. Again, your battery. Propane cover for these tanks. Speaking of these tanks, you have a regulator on it. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty-loosey to open them up, and you're good to go. Your hitch work started. Solar on the side. So you can buy solar panels, plug it in here, and when you're out dry docking, or anytime really, it'll trickle charge your batteries. Over here is this entryway door, which takes you into the bunk room. However, this bunk room, as you know, turns into big storage. So this makes it easier to access from over here. Outdoor shower. This is your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping your black and gray tanks when we're leaving the campsite. You also have a low point drain where you drain your waters out. This is a furnace heat release. So if your furnace is on, steer clear of that. That gets rather warm. Your cable hook up to plug into at the park. And another low point drain. Again, your city water connect, your power, your big slide. Speaking of this slide, these are called wipers, and they have what's called a wiper seal, a wiper fluid, excuse me, that you can apply to these, keep them from dry rotting, keep them rather flexible over the years. You want those to stay flexible so they go in and out easy. You can pick that up from our store too. Don't forget, anything I mentioned about picking up from our store, you do have a 10% off coupon, and they're just things that are going to help your camping experience better. Your spare tire with a cover. Well, it covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. You do have a solid steps, which are great. We'll talk about these, closing these up correctly. Big handle, entryway handle. So first and foremost, I want you and everyone that's camping with you to know, for safety purposes, that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Make sure everyone knows where that's at in case of emergency. To the right of that, on the side of your kitchen here, is a 110 with GFCI reset. And then your control panel up here. Now I've already extended the slide. The reason I did that is I wanted you to see how much room you needed in the back when you're camping. And I wanted to start by showing you how to lay all these down so your slide can come in, or when it's out, it gives you all this extra sleeping space. Awning extend and retract. Living room lights. Your awning light. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. Turn on your water heater here if you're hooked up to just gas. Turn on your water heater here if you're hooked up to electric. On the corner, your IRV technology sound system. Bluetooth, AM, FM, auxiliary input, USBs. You can play your music indoors, outdoors, or both, dual zoned. Self-explanatory microwave. For your stove here, this glass top makes an excellent backsplash. If you have a nice panel light over here, you just simply set these to light, push your spark, and there's your flames. Coming around the corner, oh, you do have a fan and light for your microwave. Here is your television, insignia television. As you see, I've got these all laid down right now. I'll bring them up in a moment. First, I want to over by your fridge on the floor. I want to talk about a couple things here. Access panel to your fuses and breaker box. You've got a handful of 15s there, a 30, a 40. I recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Have those in our store as well. And below that is your 12 volt carbon monoxide detector. The reason I mention this 12 volt is because it's always running off your battery. This does not run off the power at all. So it directly runs off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day and you're not plugged in and you're out dry camping, use that battery disconnect in your storage area up there. That'll keep this from running your battery down. Heat release. Furrion fridge. Controls. All electric here. There's your controls for your temperatures. On the wall here, here's your thermostat. Simply turn it on, set it at the desired temperature, and you're good to go there. This is a template in case you ever decide to get the whole unit wired for solar. This is a template you might want to leave on here. It's for the techs to be able to use, know where to hook up. Access panel to the back of your shower. You want to mention in your bathroom you have a fan and a light. Just keep an eye on your plumbing like you would at your home, under your behind your toilet, as well as under your sink. You do have a manual crank open for that fan. While I'm on the ceiling, smoke alarm as soon as you walk in the entry doorway. Our dual bunk areas both have their own individual touch lighting, which is really bright. 110 and cable hookups. Of course, this lifts up. Nice string to hold on to there. This will strap up from behind and hold up if you want to use it for storage. Now I'm going to bring up your sofa. This is just jackknife. Lift the front up, open back. For your table. Smalls up top. Push your cushions back. Lift that table up, show you how to do those legs. Simply set them down into the holes. Those connect onto it. Be sure you put the straight end toward the back. Just like quickly you have a table. What I mean by straight edge, this edge goes along the back, curved to the front. USBs and 110 under here as well. AC unit, all controlled from here, cold or hot. That about covers everything on the inside. Talk about leaving the campsite. First we're going to lay these down. And we're going to make sure that all the lighting is shut off in the unit. Sometimes you have individual lighting and it doesn't shut off on the main power. So let's get this ready to leave. Right here I'm going to hit retract. It's going to come in rather quickly. You see we've laid the beds back down, the table back down. Make sure you have nothing in the way of that coming in. Got a big slide, but it comes in rather quick. I want you to hear that noise. It's okay to hear that going in or out. It is just the slide setting itself. Now as you leave the unit, you want to make sure this door is all the way open so this doesn't hinder closing. Lift it up, lock it over here, and same thing over here. Close your door, lift and turn your handle, lock and deadbolt your door. You don't want the horror story of your door coming open going down the road. Just have to go back in and shut the awning lights off. We're going to come around. We're going to bleed out our lines on our hot water. And then we're going to pull our hot water drain plug. You're going to come around to your campsite. You're going to open up that low, or off campsite. You're going to open up that low point drain. And then you're going to open up these low point drains. Just going to drain all the clean water out of your unit. You're going to pull up your stabilizing jacks. You're going to unhook your water, unhook your power, and head on up to the dump station. Once we arrive at the dump station, you can take the sewage hose, comes with your convenience pack. Now we do have bigger, stronger, longer ones in our store. This will suffice, it works good. But if you want a nicer one, you can pick those up in our store as well. So hook your end up to the sewage. Pull your black handle. Now if you pulled your black handle and it sounds like it's no longer draining, you're going to come right above here to the black tank flush. You're going to take the hose that's at the campsite, again hook it up to your water pressure regulator, and plug it in. Turn on that hose with your black tank handle open and run it for about 5 minutes. It's going to wash out your black tank. Got a sprayer in there, spraying all that nastiness out of there. And then shut it off, remove the hose, close your black handle, and pull your gray handle. Gray handle is going to be your sinks and showers, going to be cleaner waters, and it's going to clean your sewage hose off. And when you are done, remove your sewage hose. Come back here to your bumper, pop that off, and conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose inside your bumper. Well, that about covers everything for you guys. We thank you for your purchase. We hope you guys enjoy this trailer for many years to come. Happy camping.